Let's look at what Peter Obi's former vice presidential candidate, Dati Ahmed, said, that the North may not be inclined to support Peter Obi and Kwakwanso in case he chooses Kwakwanso as his running mate. How do you react to that?
I think he's bitter that he has been dropped. Even before the 2023 elections, I live in the same place with him. I told many people that he cannot even win a ward in his local government. And I think the results came out the way I predicted. Kwankwaso has a large followership in the North that anywhere he goes to, nobody in recent history has been able to do what Kwankwaso did in 2023. He brought an unknown party without a councillor, without a member of House of Assembly, won many seats in House of Assembly, many seats in House of Representatives, 2 Senate seats there, and removed the governor, brought in somebody as governor. So you cannot say what Kwankwaso's influence mostly is in the North. Yes, he is not a national leader. He is a regional leader. And by accepting to be vice president to Mr. Peter Obi, he has played a smart political move that will now bring him out as a national leader. Because now, everywhere across the country, he is being seen as a national leader because he has accepted. Before, he was looking at it as because he was deputy speaker of House of Representatives in 1992, governor in 1999. He was governor before Peter Obi. It's not about that. Many people were great leaders before President Jonathan. He came and became president. Now you cannot say, oh, I was so I was the governor in 1999. Jonathan's status has passed that. And Mr. Peter Obi, having won over 6 million votes in 2023, has surpassed all those who were governors before and after him. So he is not mate to them again, because 6 million votes as a presidential candidate with an unknown political party means that he is a great leader. People believe in him. In short, it is because of his humility that even the country is living in peace today. With all of these things the government is doing, if it were to be a radical person, he would destabilize this country. Because if Peter Obi say 1 million people to come to Abuja and occupy Abuja, they will come without him giving them money. You don't joke with such a man. And if they come, the soldiers, the police, there's nothing they can do. I don't think they can mobilize 500,000 soldiers and police to be able to chase away over 1 million people that Peter Obi can mobilize to Abuja. Such a great leader, you cannot take him for granted. So, as for Mr. Dati saying that what is said regarding Kwankwaso, that is not true at all. Peter Obi will get votes in the North because President Tinubu has campaigned for Peter Obi seriously in the North.
How?
By his actions, by his appointments. And I think Peter Obi somehow has been able to understand the politics of the North. He has been able to make some northern elites to understand his person. He's a humble person. And the northerners respect humility. And he has been doing that, see places where he has been going. And people, the northerners are appreciating that now, not what they were told before. So now, no religious leaders cannot even use their places of worship to discredit Peter Obi again, because the people have met with him, they have interacted with him, and they now understand the person that he is. So it's going to be a different ball game in 2027. So I think they should devise another means of discrediting him. But that using religion, it will not work in 2027 again.
All right. I don't know whether you followed Kenneth Okonkwo, former spokesperson for the Labour Party, who said that Peter Obi has not was being economical with the reasons why he left the ADC, and he challenged him that he has fears for primaries. What's your take on that?
No, I disagree with him. You see, he is supporting Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and he has all the right to support Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. But the reason Peter Obi left was because he has large followership, and his followers have always insisted that he contests the presidency come 2027. Another reason is that from what I heard him say, he does not want a primary that will be dollarized. And it's his choice. You see, he has the right to, he's an adult, he's a statesman, to decide what he wants. He doesn't want a primary election that will be dollarized. So, for that, he left. So you cannot blame him that he left ADC because he has fears. No, it's not about fear. It's about personal principle, which should be respected.
So you don't think he has fears for primaries?
No, it's not about fears for primaries. Personally, I don't even like the way primary elections are conducted in Nigeria, because you need to have money. People don't. Before, I have always been optimistic, even though I'm still optimistic, but my optimism has reduced because Nigerians are not serious about change. They are not serious about change. They only make noise. Sometimes I even say out of anger that I don't know why God is so merciful to Nigerians. He's supposed to bring more suffering to Nigerians because they are very wicked and very irresponsible. They know somebody is a criminal, but once he brings in money, they support the person. For you to win election, all you need is money. They don't go for best candidates. We have people in this country that they have capacity to change this country. People, Nigerians know. But they will not go to ask them to come out and contest election and change this country, because they know those people will not bring their hard-earned money, or sometimes they don't even have the money. I can call names of people that I am very sure, other than all these politicians, that they will do wonders. Akinwumi, when he was Minister for Agriculture, people in the north, that's a Yoruba man. As Minister of Agriculture, people in the north were not struggling to get fertilizer. You will receive a alert on your phone to come and collect fertilizer. Why has it changed now? Because you have, as ministers see, I am sorry for my use of language. But this is what they are. It's just like these governors now. Sometimes I sit down and say, no responsible father will marry out his daughter to all of these governors. But they are governing states with all the resources. No responsible father. Because these governors are so immature that they are not qualified to get married to any responsible lady. Yet they are managing resources. How did people vote for them? Because they came with money. People have voted for them. This is the situation of Nigeria. Nigerians are not serious. Leave them, let them continue to suffer. So, suffering. They are suffering. They will still vote for the same people that have put them in the suffering. They will go and the next election now. That's why I say most of these presidential candidates, as the president of NAMS, we do not have any candidate for now. Yes, we do not have any candidate, and we will not support any candidate. We have to discuss with the candidate. These are the things we want. Among the things we are going to demand, any presidential candidate that will not take security for lives and property serious is out. We don't care who is going to win, but we want to support somebody that will take certain things very serious. Aside security for lives and properties, you must take education seriously. I heard some persons in the north saying that yes, that they will not vote for Peter Obi based that because he's not a Muslim. Yes, I say yes. You will not vote for him because he's not a Muslim. That's a good reason. But who is a Muslim? A Muslim in leadership is that person that has the frugality, has capacity for leadership. Peter Obi is not aspiring to become the chief imam of Abuja. If he's aspiring to be the chief imam of Abuja, yes, you are right. He's not qualified because he doesn't have the leadership, the skill, the knowledge to be the chief imam. But for the president of Nigeria, the same Islam and the verses you are referring to, sometimes you say, because people lack knowledge. Here now, you are referring to Islam and the saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You are the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he talks, he makes use of figure of speech, and most times people don't understand. You need certain knowledge. You need certain knowledge, Islamic knowledge, to be able to understand his sayings. If using the saying of the Prophet, P2B can be considered to be a good leader and can be voted by Muslims. So I will have time to discuss this in details for people to understand, for those who are Muslims to understand. Yes, you are not supposed to vote for him if he is not a Muslim in character, not a Muslim in name. If you are talking about the characters that you need to vote for person, as a Muslim, you need somebody. Frugality. You need somebody with capacity, knowledge, and the desire to improve the well-being of the people. So now, these things we are talking about is the qualities of a Muslim. If anybody who is not a Muslim that's the qualities that Islam is talking about, then that person can be voted for. It is not if a Muslim, a practicing Muslim, who does not have capacity for leadership, who is extravagant, then that person is not a candidate for the Muslims to vote for. So people are misunderstanding this because they lack knowledge. There are certain aspects of Islamic knowledge that most Muslims don't have. There's one called usul al-fiqh, the fundamentals of jurisprudence. You need this knowledge to be able to understand certain things the Prophet ﷺ has said or has asked people. So some of the scholars are relying on the ignorance of the Muslim and say that, you don't have to vote for somebody who is not a Muslim. Yes, you don't have to. That is correct. You don't vote for somebody who is not a Muslim in character.
Not just in name.
Not just a Muslim by name. But most of these Muslim candidates are people that should not be voted for because they are not Muslims in character.
Because the underdevelopment of the northern state.
Okay, look at the state, northern state now. See, look at the looting by the northern governors. They are not Muslims in character, so they should not be voted for. So it is in character. Okay, now Peter Obi, except if he changed yesterday, is a Christian. And Christians have been praised in the Quran. I think in chapter, that should be in chapter 5, verse 82 or so. Christians have been praised. And the last part of the verse, they praise that God Almighty praised them in a revelation brought by Gabriel to Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, the prophet of Islam. He said that these Christians who are praised, that they are not arrogant. If you are not arrogant, and that is one of the qualities that the Quran praised the Christians, and that they are closer to the Muslims. So now, why will you not? So what they are talking about, let me not deviate. I want those who are Muslims who lack understanding of the Islamic teachings to understand that, yes, Muslim in character, anybody who's not a Muslim in character should not be voted for. And I have I don't hide my belief and whatever I support. Yes, those who are not Muslims in character should not be voted for. Those who will come and steal our money should not be voted for. Those who don't have capacity for leadership should not be voted for. Those who are extravagant should not be voted for. So not those who just go to mosque to pray. That is not needed. We are not looking for a chief imam for Nigeria. We are looking for a leader for Nigeria. If you are a Muslim and you become the president, you do not have to, if you have to obey the Islamic teachings, you don't have to carry out actions based on sentiment that because somebody is an idol worshipper, his rights should be taken away from him. You don't do that. So Muslim in characters are those should be voted for. And P2B has some of these characters that Nigerians know. so he can be voted for by Muslims in Nigeria. He's very qualified. So, but you can say, if you say that, okay, there are other persons that are better in quality than him, then you can go for that person. But don't use the religion to deceive them. That's why they keep on making sure that people, especially in the north, don't have the necessary knowledge. You will be shocked that now, I don't want people to see that I always try to support the Igbo agenda, but I tell you, in terms of culture, the Igbo culture is the culture that is closer to Islam than the culture of Hausa and the Fulani. We will still discuss this. Part of the culture of Igbo, when you see in Igbo culture and the upbringing, the culture of Islam is that of equality. If you see the kings in Igbo land, when they sit on the chairs, you see those traditional title holders, they also sit on the chair. That is what Islam preaches. The culture of the people of the Igbo people is the culture that is that of Islam more than any other culture known to me in Nigeria. I have looked at the tribes, all the tribes in Nigeria. Is the Igbo culture that their culture aligns with Islamic teachings. Courage. Everybody wants to be independent. That is the culture of Islam. That independence, you don't have to come and be doing rankadede. No. Islam does not allow that. And that's why I always like the Igbo people. That does not mean that you don't have criminals among them. And among the reasons why we will support a presidential candidate, it was I stated two reasons before. I stated that of insecurity. Anybody that will tell us, not just I'll provide security for lives and properties. How do you intend to do that? You have to tell us. Education, that's the second one. That was why I explained so many things. Education, the third one. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my senior friend. Anybody that cannot come out openly, that is not ready to say things about the injustice that is being meted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will not support the person. All of these things must be, you have to explain to us. That's why we are calling on President Tinubu for clemency for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before election. Else, we would not support any presidential candidate that will not take these three conditions. Must be met, and you will have to tell us how you intend to do to carry out these things. Security for lives and properties. All this insecurity, this kidnapping is being done by people in government. They are the ones giving these bandits, not even Nigerian army. If the government is serious, they are playing politics with it because they want to win election with it. And in this case now, you cannot, so there is the politics. If not, these bandits are illiterates. They don't even know anything. They don't even have the knowledge to be of kidnapping. They are not, they are not smart, they are not intelligent. So how comes they have been kidnapping people? It's because people in government are supporting them, and they are giving them all the support they need. That's why this kidnapping has continued like this. So if you have to tell us how you intend to, if you cannot step on toes to arrest these people who are perpetrating this crime now, we will not support you. It's not about coming to say, oh, we are supporting this party. That's why for now, we don't have any candidate. We are not ready to support Peter Obi until he comes out to make a statement about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If he's afraid because for whatever reason he cannot talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, forget it, will support another person.
All right.